What to do, my streaming crew? It's me, the one and only, back from hiatus. Got my school schedule kind of sorted out, so now I get to do the creative stuff. Today, you guys notice I'm going traditional. That's because I forgot to charge my Apple Pencil, so that is a no-go, and I don't feel like finger painting or finger drawing. So I figured, since I'm going to go traditional, I'll tackle a sketch card for the art hunt I have with my students, or I'm about to start up again with my students. So, if this is your first time joining me, welcome to Random Doodles and How-Tos. I believe this is episode 14 now. I haven't checked. I should be checking my stream and seeing the energy behind it to see what is going on. But I am lagging on that department because I'm just getting back into the routine of all. But welcome, bienvenidos, por favor, permanecer sentados. Please remain seated as we draw random stuff and how-tos. It's always going to be a random doodle or a how-to, but there's always something behind it, so it's never unintentional. So welcome, bienvenidos, as I stream from my phone. But today, for today's random doodle how-to, I'm actually going to tackle Guy Gardner. I've actually never drawn this Green Lantern before, so I'm going to give him a shot. Feel free to chop it up with me in the chat room. Let me know, if you have any ideas or suggestions of what I could draw, because I do have 4 cards and stuff I have to work out. Yesterday, I applied color to this Gwenpool, started inking Broly, and sketched out Shazam. So, traditional, digital, I tackle as much of the mediums as I can. But today's goal is to tackle Guy Gardner for the first time. Like I said, I've never drawn him before, so heck, why not? Let's see what happens. So if I can check my stream real quick, see what's going on, because it's not playing. Hopefully it's streaming on your guys's end. My phone still says live, so that's dope. So welcome. Like I said, chop it up in the chat. Throw me ideas of what characters would be cool to add for these that you think high school students would want to find and hunt. Because I get the usuals, the typical like Superman, Batman's, the Flash. I get the generic main characters, but I figured let me try something other than Hal Jordan on this one. So I'm going to tackle a little Guy Gardner. So if you've ever seen any of my past episodes, everything starts off for me with drawing shapes and building up from those shapes to create my characters. And sometimes, not going to lie, it's as simple as almost a stick figure to capture the pose and the motion or the idea, and then we go from there. So let me just adjust my camera, make sure you guys have optimal viewing pleasure. I also don't want it in my way too much as I draw. Sometimes I sneak a peek at the screen to see what's going on if anybody's sent out a message. My previous streams usually kick through and show up on YouTube and Periscope, but today I'm just streaming straight to Twitch. They're getting the love today, Twitch only, so we go from there. So yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good Tuesday. You had hopefully a good Labor Day. So like I said, random doodles and how-tos. Always let me know if the camera's a little off, but like I said, everything starts off with my basic shapes to drop in for the face. Usually about where my cheekbones hit up. But, I'll make adjustments as I go. And I'm going to bring in this egg shape to create the chest area. And I kind of want Guy's body going this way. Like this, right? Just head straight this way, but body this way. Which is crazy because if you look at it, it's just scribbles, right? If you're curious, I'm using a coal erase pencil. It's almost out, but these are usually my go-to, or I'll put blue lead in a mechanical pencil and go that route. Like I said, I can't recall ever drawing Guy Gardner, and he's one of the Green Lanterns. But like I said, I don't recall ever drawing him. I've drawn Hal, John a couple times, but mostly Hal. He's the better known of the Lanterns, unless you've watched the Justice League cartoons and and understand who John Stewart is. But yeah. So I got a question to my viewers. If any of you guys catch this on the rebroadcast later or you're streaming it later on, have you ever noticed a lag on Twitch on the PC? Like yesterday, my son and I were trying to catch the Fortnite Summer Skirmish, and it just wasn't loading on the computer. And I couldn't figure out why, but it just didn't work. And it's like, dude, come on, let me just watch what I gotta watch. Which then it's like, dude, come on, I'm just trying to watch a simple this, simple that. But I can't see what's going on. And on my iPad, it's not loading up either. So, like I said, Guy Gardner for the very first time, see how this works out, if it works out. But like I said, if you guys are jumping on the chat with me, like I said, this is the first time I ever draw Guy Gardner, so we'll go from there. I believe, if I remember correctly, Guy Gardner is the cockier one of the lanterns. Not saying that Hal Jordan, the braggadocious Green Lantern, compared to Hal. Not saying that Hal is not a bragger, but I think with Hal's experiences, he's learned to understand that he has a responsibility as a lantern to hold. So we get this design elements, and like I said, it's all pretty much, you know, your basic shapes. If you go back on my Twitch and you see some of my past videos, you'll see how I use these basic shapes to build up a character, make them come to life. Like right now, the blue pencil is kind of messy. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. So I usually always tackle a little reference for my character so I know what is up and what's going to happen with the character or the drawing. If you guys ever noticed, the Green Lanterns usually have their power ring on their right hand, and their left hand's just their left hand. In this case, though, Guy, and I'll mix up the colors so we can see. Guy Gardner has this weird, like, jacket vest thingy that goes like this, and then his lantern symbol goes about here. Hopefully I'm not moving the camera too much for you guys, but it is what it is. We're all the way live. So symbol goes there, and because it is a jacket, the muscles won't be as detailed as it would typically be for like Jon Stewart or Hal Jordan. So these bad boys kind of have a different vibe because he is wearing a jacket, and it is cut off like Marty McFly type thing. But that's just who he is. So at least I know my stream is working because my iPad is giving me an Xbox commercial right now. But go back to Guy real quick and sketch out the idea of his vest and how it works together. You guys can hear the music in the background. That's brought to you in part by Spotify. It's the NCS playlist. If I remember, I'll drop it into the deets about my stream for today. But got a little Guy Gardner going here. It's got this crazy belt buckle down here, which we won't really see too much because it's going to fall off page. Kind of create the ridges that would be his clothes. The only thing fitted on him is actually the black sleeves in his suit. But it looks like I lost you guys a little bit. Let me pull it back up, readjust. So, if I come back to it, you guys ever notice that Guy Gardner also has kind of a weird haircut? And usually when I'm doing a sketch card, I'll sketch it out slightly rough. I'll come back in and fine tune my details. mouth. Just gonna give him more of a chunky jawline than a fitted one, or more chiseled. Sometimes this works, sometimes this doesn't. There we go. Little TLC, never hurt anything. Clean that off. And I have all my needed erasers right here, and I haven't even bothered to grab them. Da 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 da. It's got like a weird bowl cut too. It's like, how are you a Green Lantern with a bowl cut? Again, is he military like Hal? I don't know Guy Gardner's like full background, so I might make fun of the guy, and I honestly don't know all the details to Guy Gardner. But we'll say he's got shaved sides and just hair on the top. Like so. Get my eyes in here. Which I can already tell I need to line them up based off looking at my drawing. So let's warm up the kneaded eraser. These are awesome if you've never used one. They're pretty darn awesome. Dang, my nails are dirty. Artist fingers, I guess. Man. Why don't you guys tell me I needed a manicure? TBH, never had one. Ever, ever, ever. So, get this going. I'll just come over, lightly pick up. Make sure I draw the straightest line possible. So we got eyebrow, eyebrow. I usually try to line up the eyes, give or take there. Not that his mouth's going to be that big, but it kind of gives me a point of reference. Do my little circle for the eye. Start to build up the nose. I think Guy's a redhead too, so I gotta remember that when I ink and color. And usually in here, it's like an M shaped for our mouths. I'm not gonna give them full lip detail because I usually don't, but a little part for the chin right here. You guys remember my streams usually go about 30, and I might hit that mark with this guy. I believe Guy's got like a weird turtleneck too. And again, it's a shape right here. We round it off because our necks are like cylinders. It's not square, it's got that round to it. So go this way. Always rotate your paper. Don't be afraid to not rotate your paper. It'll help you in the long run get everything on point in place. That's at times sometimes why I like the digital aspect, because on the digital aspect I can flip this back and forth and see if everything is proportionately in place. Like even looking at it, I can see the eyes are a little bit off, but it's just a quick sketch that I'll end up inking, and sometimes I fix those pieces, those elements in the inking part. It's got no hair, so it's gonna be like that. I'm assuming he's gonna be kind of almost clean cut like Hal, but Hal has more hair. I don't know if it's different, but again, I can come back and clean this up. Just in case. But quickly lay that out. So ideally I kind of have his face in a sense done. Do I have another color pencil that I can use to help this out? I'm just going to use my HB right here. It's a 0.3, so it's super, super thin, usually for details. I don't have my other pencils here yet. They're out in the living room, but Green Lantern shape. And I'm going to make it match the shape because it is a circle and it is placed on the body. So it's not going to be flat. It's going to adapt to the character. And then I can make my adjustments to the circle. And sometimes I'll do this effect where I kind of ghost the idea of the circle, and then I let my pencil fall to help me create the final circle so it's a little cleaner. I'll make adjustments as need be, but that kind of gives us our general idea for Guy's outfit. And again, like I said, don't be afraid to rotate your paper to help you get optimal angle and drawing preferences for this guy. Like so. Looking at reference for Guy Gardner, his jacket has like this kind of flare to it, but it has a trim to it. So it kind of goes like so. And we go this way, come back from the back of the neck, pull it out, but it flows and goes right down to this ginormous belt buckle that he has. That background noise, that's my dog, because I believe the wifey's home from her day at work, because we teachers. Go this way, flare it out this way, make sure I'm still on camera for you guys, flare it out this way, bam, go this way, and then there we go. Slowly but surely we start to see a little bit more Guy Gardner. Like I said, don't be afraid, don't be hesitant to rotate the paper, as there's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, it helps out, trust me. And his turtleneck, like so. What's up, dude? And if I wanted to now, and this is usually when on the iPad I'd be like, ooh, let me zoom in to get those details. And sometimes right here, I make adjustments on the fly. Because we can do that. We're artists. Or learning to be artists. That's why I do these. To get you guys educated. That's what I do on a 9 to 5. I teach. And then, bam, neckline, because he's a little bit beefier than Hal. And I only mean that in like he seems like he's a little bit thicker than Hal. He's more like a lug. Take this guy this way. Like so. Pop out that tricep a little bit. And get my blue pencil back. Where did I throw you? Threw you in a book. It's a great place. So, yeah, I'm drawing through the logo, no big deal. It's part of the process. Like I said, this is usually when I'll come back in and start to clean stuff up with my pencil. so. And there you have it. Guy Gardner. Like I said, roughly sketched, but that's how most of my drawings start off, as they start off roughly sketched. Then I come back and start inking, erasing the inks to the point where I can fully color it, and the pencils are almost not there anymore. But hopefully you enjoyed what we've done today. And if you have any questions, there's always the chat room. You can always post, comment later. There's a social media accounts if you want to reach out that way and be like, hey, I saw this on the video. Can you cover that next time? Totally open to doing that. And the goal is to try to do this twice a week, depending on scheduling. Like I said, it depends on scheduling. I'm not even going to do these lines too hard, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick how-to session of random doodles and how-tos as we tackled the idea of Green Lantern Guy Gardner and this weird bowl cut. But again, if you guys have any questions, like I said, the chat, comments, hit me up on social media and be like, hey, how'd you do that? But again, thank you guys for streaming. All the information, the links to find and get a hold of me are on my Twitch page, so don't hesitate to reach out and say, yo, dude. But again, thank you guys for streaming. I'll catch you guys on the flip side, and see you guys.